560theanswer.com. Now, from the Signature Bank Studios. Be a part of AM 560's Republican debate on Thursday, February 26th at Benedictine University in Lisle. Get your free tickets today at 560theanswer.com/debate.
Welcome back to Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Prof. I'm John Anthony filling in for Dan Prof, host of the hit radio show Black and White Radio, heard every Saturday from 4 to 7. I hope you guys are listening. I know our next guest doesn't even listen to me because he's really a bum. He really is a bum. No, I actually love, absolutely, because bum means beautifully, uniquely made. That's something that I created. He's Scott McKay. He's the publisher of the Hayride.com, senior editor at the American Spectator, and author of the brand new novel, Blockbusters, which is available at Amazon. What's up, my brother? I missed you. I haven't talked to you in a long time.
I echo your sentiments, John. Yeah. It's been far too long. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I just lost my Detroit's Morning Answer radio show back in January, so I've had to recover. It knocked the wind from underneath my wings, but I'm back, baby. Yeah. I'm back. It's
there you go.
Yeah. So talk to us, brother. What the heck is going on with Congressman Randy Fine, Muslims and a dog? Because now I saw you mention that the anti-Semites hate him. What I learned, I just got back from Israel back in December. That entire region, they're all Semites. Yeah, that's what I was. I got corrected quickly. But what's going on with this?
We use anti-Semitism as anti-Jewish, but technically speaking, that is true. That when you're anti-Semitic, it means you don't like the Jews and you don't like the Arabs. So, right. That we're using colloquialisms more than technically accurate vernacular. So there.
That is true. But what's up with the dog, Muslims, and Congressman Randy Fine?
Well, okay. So what's really going on is that Zoran Mamdani is an utterly incompetent mayor of New York.
Yes. And
when in January, when the snows came in, city services did nothing. And this is like not a new thing. When Bill de Blasio was mayor of New York, every time they had a big snowstorm, the snow piled up forever with him there too. Yeah. So like this is a classic, bad government New York thing. So they don't sweep the snow, and dog owners just like, well, let's let the pooch poop in the snow. That way I don't have to pick it up. And so the snow melts. Nobody has moved the snow out, and the sidewalks are covered in thawing out dog poop, right? And so, naturally this is a crisis, which, I guess when you step in dog poop for a short time, it is a crisis. And so everybody's
you know what you yell. You know what you yell when you do that too, right? Sugar honey iced tea.
Exactly. And so, people with very expensive shoes are stepping in dog poop. And probably not just dog poop, but so they make this big deal about it, and it's all of a sudden, because everything in New York is a public policy issue, this becomes one. And there, amid this big controversy, a woman named Nurdine Kiswani, who has one of these pro-Palestinian organizations that literally wants to kill all the Jews and dump them in the Mediterranean Sea, puts out this thing that basically says New York City has come to Islam, dogs are haram, they're unclean, and people shouldn't have them as pets.
Yeah.
She says it was a joke. The thing is, nobody really wants to give Nurdine Kiswani the benefit of the doubt, right? Because, you don't have a lot of stored up good faith that people should not, be suspicious of you when your organization is running riots on college campuses that keep Jewish kids afraid to leave a building. That's who she is. And so she's like, I made a funny joke. Ha ha. And everybody's like, yeah, that's not funny. Yeah. So Randy Fine, who is Jewish, he's a congressman from Florida, and who is it's shocking he's a Republican, because the way that Fine does his politics is so Democrat, it's not even funny. He's like the Anthony Weiner of the Republican Party. He's looking for a fight everywhere. And so Randy Fine seizes on this thing that Kiswani said, and he says, between dogs and Muslims, I'll take dogs every time.
Oh, okay.
Now, what he's talking about, and I mean, like, this is not just, throwing bombs and starting a fight. There is an underlying thing here. What he's talking about is that he'd rather have an America where everybody is free to have a dog if they want one, as a companion, rather than an America where a small minority of Muslims, and really probably a minority of that minority, like the hardcore, Sharia Muslims, want to impose that on the society that they live in. And like in Europe, they've kind of let them do that. People who are dog owners in Europe get harassed by Muslims a lot. So he's talking about that dichotomy and that choice, not so much, dogs versus Muslims, like, who do you save if the ship goes down? That's not really what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But, and this is the thing, everybody involved in this conversation, okay, is in bad faith. Like, that's what American politics has become. It's just bad faith for everybody. We all know what each other are talking about, but we pretend not to,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
I think Fine knew that Kiswani was joking, but he didn't care.
Yeah.
Just like all of the Democrats online know that Donald Trump was the guy that turned in Jeffrey Epstein to the cops.
Yeah.
And yet they still want to say that Trump is a pedophile.
Yep.
Like, if you had that information, you had a decade to use it, and you didn't.
Yep.
So we kind of think it's a lie, right?
Yeah.
But they don't care because the truth doesn't matter. Credibility doesn't matter. What matters is, can you be the loudest voice? And so Randy Fine plays that politics back at the Democrats, and they're all screaming that he has to resign because he's a bigot.
Of course they're going to call them to resign.
Well, right. And so, this is the fight, and this is what American politics is in 2026. It's a food fight with very little substance to it other than Randy Fine is absolutely correct when he says, I'm on the right side of a 90-10 issue here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I read somewhere it's like 400 million domesticated dogs in America. Okay, the idea that you would then start limiting people's access to dogs as pets because Muslims are offended by it is a non-starter.
Well,
you
Scott,
will get nowhere with that.
I can't believe I bought a dog. My 3 oldest kids had begged me for a dog for years, and I said no because it doesn't have a social security number. I can't file it away. And I finally got one. I got a golden doodle, and
golden doodles are fun.
Yeah, and she is fun. She is fun, but sometimes, man, she goes to take a poop right in my bedroom, and not that doesn't make me happy at all.
That's a puppy then.
And I'll tell you one thing about dogs and Muslims, because I studied the Quran and the writings of the Hadith rather. You read the Hadith and see what it talks about as it relates to dogs. You'll be kind of shocked about it. Well, let's move on to your AI, the Amelia meme. Scott, why are you causing so much trouble?
You can do with the dogs, right?
Yeah. Why are you causing so much trouble with this Amelia meme and AI and what you call it, the revolution and the future of celebrity, the article on spectator.org?
Yeah. Well, okay. So I don't know if you guys have all paid attention to this thing, but this is another one of these things that went completely different from the way the left wanted. There's a city in the Midlands in England called Hull, which is like this post-industrial kind of hellscape type of city that is overrun with third world immigrants. Okay. Yeah. And so the city council there commissioned this video game that would teach kids how not to be racist.
Oh,
okay. Boy. And it's all, this kind of role playing thing. And, there's right answers and wrong answers. And, the wrong answers get you in trouble. Basically, That's what this thing is. Well, one of the things that happens in the video game is that the main character, who is a they-them named Charlie, makes friends with this purple-haired goth girl named Amelia, and she's into all the right-wing protest stuff. right? And so Amelia is the devil, and you really shouldn't hang out with the Amelias of the world. The right in the UK was like, actually, we think Amelia's awesome.
Yeah.
And so the next thing you knew, there were a million memes and like AI videos of Amelia who has purple hair, but is like exceptionally hot and really articulate about the dangers of mass immigration. And like it takes off like a rocket. And, so like it's become a crisis. The Starmer government in the UK actually went after X, trying to get them to shut down the Amelia memes. And it was like, yeah, that's a no-go. So, like, this thing has gotten completely out of control. But what was interesting about it to me is that Amelia is kind of like, in the AI video age, is a figure of folklore the way, say, Robin Hood was when the folklore came from oral tales, right?
Yeah.
There's no actress that plays Amelia. Amelia is like this character, and all these people that are making videos starring Amelia,
I'm looking
like,
at her.
she looks really similar in all of them. Like this is what you can do with AI.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm seeing this and I'm going,
Ice.
what's the purpose of paying Mark Ruffalo $20 million to be in a movie?
Yeah.
Like, what's the purpose of that? Like, we have to listen. And what strikes me, if you'll remember a few years ago, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare came out,
Yes,
which
I
is a
remember.
Guy Ritchie movie.
Mm-hmm.
Great flick.
Yes.
Bombed at the box office. Why?
Yes.
Because Alan Ritchson, who was, like the second biggest actor in the thing, I guess,
Yeah.
pops off on, the whole all cops are bastards thing. And I just like 2 days before the movie premieres.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
the audience for that movie was a bunch of conservatives. It's a secret agent.
It's a great
World War
movie.
II movie.
It's a great movie.
Oh, it is. But it's like a movie for conservative audiences.
Yeah.
And this guy alienated the entire audience. Everybody has seen this thing either on cable or they've streamed it or whatever by now. But they didn't go to the theater and buy a ticket because Alan Ritchson destroyed the box office.
Yeah. They
so
Bud
it's
Lighted
like,
themselves, huh?
Yes, and only like he did it. It wasn't Guy Ritchie didn't make that choice.
Yeah.
Ritchson screwed up his movie, and so the answer is like, well, why do we need Alan Ritchson's anymore?
That's
Right?
true.
AI is going to take these people's jobs and make them irrelevant, and it's like, who's going to cry for Mark Ruffalo? Who's going to cry for Alyssa Milano?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Who's going to cry for Robert De Niro? It's like, we don't need you anymore. And, you can say, well, yeah, but that's bad. And I'm like, well, our celebrity culture is bad and needs to be replaced. And now the means to replace it is there.
Yeah. Did you see
So,
Wesley
anyway,
Hunt's? Did you see Wesley Hunt's? That definitely looked like a Wesley Hunt AI ad that he ran. Did you see it? Wesley Hunt?
I haven't seen it. I've heard about it, but I can't speak intelligently to it. But this is what's coming.
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, you are now, and I'm working on a project that involves this. So like, I've really kind of gotten into it. And the thing about AI, people who don't work with AI don't understand it all that well.
Yeah.
It's a tool.
Yes.
They think that you're gonna tell AI to write a book for you. And what comes back is gobbledygook unless you actually prompt it really well as to what you want it to do. And that prompting is where the human creative spark comes. Okay, like if you're going to produce video from AI, you have to tell it what's in your head.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it'll try to approximate that. And if you do a good job of that, you've actually been able to create art, even though people who are anti-AI will say, it's not art, it's slop. Yeah, I get that. It depends on how good a job you do in prompting it, because you can create beautiful things with AI. It involves a human creative thing. So like the Amelia thing has become that. Like people who had a lot of creativity and, something to say found this thing, used, the apps and everything else as tools to get that message out and make it viral. And that's going to apply to pop culture very soon.
Yeah. So I wrote my first book, Letters to John Boy. I write my books, but then I put it in AI to look for grammar, structure, to look for anything that I've missed.
That's right.
punctuations that I've missed. But I
it
actually write
replaces
my
an
own
editor.
books. Yeah,
You know?
that's basically what I use.
That's right.
Somebody had given me like an editor's prompt to give it to so that it could edit what I wrote, and it's not bad at all.
No, I mean, I think you want to check with human eyes, the work that AI does, but like you would do that with some college kid that you hired to do, fact checking or, editing for grammar or whatever. Like you would do that anyway. It's just, it's a tool is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's a tool that gets better. But this idea that AI is going to completely take over the world, I pump the brakes on that because that isn't in evidence. It's possible, but so far, if that's the expectation, it's underperforming.
Scott, have you written on what you see happening as it relates to a lot of these trans shooters, people who identify as trans? Have you written on that?
Here and there, I haven't done like the Scott's magnum opus on transgender ideology and violence, but we're getting these every couple weeks now.
Yeah.
But the big thing, and I did write a piece on this, was this case out of New York where the detransitioner got a $2 million judgment against a medical clinic that did the work. And I do think the floodgates are going to open on that. And I think you're going to I think the trial lawyers are what's going to put all this out of business.
Yeah.
Because, I think the numbers have still held up that it's like 2 in 5 of post-op transsexuals are suicidal.
Yes.
If you had like a 40% chance of trying to kill yourself, if you gave somebody a drug and that was the outcome, like they would sue the drug maker out of existence in no time flat.
Yeah.
So why is this, and ultimately the judicial system is going to put this out of business because, the risk factor is just way too high in an established society like ours. So, I don't want to say it's a fad because that minimizes how awful it is. But this is not something that's going to sustain itself. In 10 years, there will be much, much less of it. And in 10 years, we will all be looking at these poor people that had this done to them as kids. And it'll be there, but for the grace of God, go I.
I definitely agree with that. I definitely.
So, but we're going to, you're going to wade through a lot of damage before this thing is over. Yeah. But I do think it's going to be over. I don't think that this is any kind of sustainable thing. That it's I think Gen Z is the last generation that you're going to see a lot of, trans people come out of.
Yeah, well, Scott, we got to leave it there. I didn't know you wrote a new book, Blockbusters. You got to come on Black and White so we can talk about that.
Anytime you want, man. Just let me know.
All right. He's Scott McKay. He's the publisher of the Hayride.com, senior editor at the American Spectator, and author of the brand new book novel, Blockbusters, which is available at Amazon and wherever books are sold. Thanks so much for joining us, Scott.
Thanks, John. Have a good one.
All right, you too. We'll be right back.
The stories you need to know to start your day. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
40,000 people. That's enough to pack Wrigley Field. I'm talking about 40,000 people who realized hip and knee